Well, guy, he's one of the guys who hangs out down by the river. They were starting trouble with me last week, and he came up to me wanting to make amends, I guess.
Yeah.
That's not really what he was wanting to do. He went and got me a soda pop, and I guess if you've had COVID and you smoke a bunch of meth, then you can't taste the chemical flavor in a soda pop. But I don't smoke meth, and I haven't had COVID, so like I tasted it immediately and I spat it out, and I don't know how much he put in there. It was a 24 ounce or a 20 ounce cup. I probably ingested about 3/4 of an ounce of the liquid that was in it, which is mostly Dr. Pepper. I did try to induce vomiting. I also tried to dilute it. But it was about 5 hours ago, 6 hours ago.
No problem. I can help you right over here, sir. Let's get a registration started here. What's your last name?
Schwartz, S-C-H-W-R-T-Z.
And first name?
Sean, S-H-A-W-N.
And Sean, your date of birth.
Do what?
Your date of birth.
October 18th, 1980.
Sorry, Sean, can you remind me how you spell your first name again?
S-H-A-W-N.
Do you have a middle name?
D as in David.
Okay. And you said 10/18/1980, correct?
Yes, ma'am. There's
Alright.
more than one Sean Schwartz?
No, I was just making sure because I just looked up your name and then I forgot your date of birth again. But,
You're good?
Okay. Do you have a cell phone number?
I do. Give me one moment. Normally I remember it. I'm autistic though, and I'm scared a bit. I forget names and numbers. So I have it on the back of my phone usually, but alright, there it is.
Thank you, Sean.
Yes, ma'am. The first ones are 308, but the other ones are legible.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
5660.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Sean. Here's this
thanks.
bag for you. Alrighty. And what's a good mailing address for you?
I don't have one. I was forced into homelessness when a friend of mine was shot in the head in 2017.
I'm sorry, sir.
Not your
Oh,
fault.
I'm sorry. Okay. Let's get you seen by a nurse and a doctor. It looks like the only thing I need from you, sir, is just a quick signature, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
This is just giving us permission to see you here today.
That'll work. I notice some hospitals, they got all the staff are super nice. And
Aw.
some of the hospitals, all the staff treat us like we're on drugs or drug addicts if we're not pretty looking.
No, I'm
Sean,
Bonjour.
what are you doing on the ground, bro?
Trying to maintain my composure.
Okay. Do you remember me from last time?
I do. You and I had a pretty decent conversation about the way things don't exactly work, but it'd be nice if they did.
Yeah, it's good to see you again.
Yes, sir. I wish it was under better circumstances, but on the bright side, I don't have a nasty pustule on my backside, which is what I was in here for last time.
There you go. Alright. How you doing? Can I help you out today a little bit?
Yeah, I already went to the cops about it too, but somebody, one of the homeless folks down there, he had an issue with me last week.
Yeah?
And I guess he was trying to make amends with me today, is what it was about. It was hot, so he bought me a Dr. Pepper, but I guess for somebody who's had COVID and smokes a bunch of meth, it wouldn't taste any different to them, but I don't do meth and I've never had COVID, so I taste.
Do we have everything correct here?
Yes, ma'am.
Alrighty.
So I tasted whatever was in it immediately. The biggest issue for that though is that I chug.
Like, what was in
Yeah,
it?
dude, I'm assuming it was meth, but what I'm worried about is because I haven't had any issues with tachycardia, just tachyarrhythmia, which I've had a history of my whole life.
That heart thing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it was meth that they put in it, because that's what they do. If they were in the family, it would have been acid, and it would have been a lot more, and they would have done it properly. But these amateurs here are kind of stupid. So,
I'll take a seat, bud.
I want to make sure that whatever it was they gave me, because I'm having a few different feelings that I'm not used to. I don't mean emotionally, but I mean with my body. And
Blood pressure, stuff going probably.
I don't know. What I do know is that fentanyl is a really big thing right now, and they're cutting everything with fentanyl, and I don't know how my body would react to that.
Okay.
Like I said, I don't do drugs. I do smoke pot, and I've never hidden that from anybody. So, as far as anything that else is in my system, I'd like to know what it is, because I probably should have come in immediately. I did
How long's it been?
6 hours.
Okay, so you're in a good place though.
Yeah.
Alright.
Well,
we'll
I'm
take
not,
care of you.
obviously I'm not having, severe overdose issues or anything, but I need to know what's in me and make decisions from there. Because if they put fentanyl in me, then, that's a attempted murder charge. If it's just meth, I don't know what that is. I wouldn't want to press charges in that case. But if there's fentanyl in my system, you don't do that to another person. And that was a full 20-ounce drink. I tried to induce vomiting immediately. I also tried to saturate myself with other liquids. I did try to get the officer, well, not the officer, it was a sheriff's deputy who was down at the marina. I gave him the cup of Pepsi that they had given me and asked him if they could go test it, and he said no. I got that recorded on my YouTube channel.
Hey, one thing I would ask, because I saw your YouTube channel, I'm a fan, I'm a follower, but don't record in here, okay? Just so we can respect everyone else's medical privacy. In the parking lot is fine, just not in the...
I make sure I don't record anybody's social security numbers and stuff like that. Yeah, I actually had a video that I made on that just a couple minutes ago.
Yeah.
And I stopped recording right outside the building.
That's cool, man. Like I said, a lot of us are... Once you turned us on to that, a lot of us checked it out, so... But, don't, inside, you understand, though.
Yep.
And we wouldn't let anyone do that to you either.
Safety of, like, people's privacy with the social security numbers and their families and who's dying and who's got what, and really that should be respected because people got families.
Well, awesome. Thanks for understanding, man.
Yep.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna step around the corner real quick. Can you be okay?
Yeah, what I don't feel comfortable with is the fact that I did go to the cops immediately after the situation. I still had that in my hands, and I really wanted them to do something about it. I'm not okay with people doing that. There's a guy I knew named Spencer Crawford, and that was in Boulder in 2014, and he stabbed his best friend Angus in the chest because somebody ninja dosed him, and that's just not something you do to somebody.
Gotcha. Well, look at deep breaths. You're doing great. Okay, we're gonna get you some help. We got a lot of stuff going on in the back right now. I'm sure they'll get out here as soon as they possibly can. So don't go anywhere. Do you want me to shut this for your privacy, or would you rather have it open?
It doesn't matter to me either way. The thing is, like for me, I got ADHD, so meth kind of zones me out and makes me calm, which it doesn't do for most people.
Okay.
So I could probably sit here for hours and be alright.
Okay, bud. Well, I'm gonna leave this open for you then, okay? Just in case you need to use the restroom or anything. You know where that is, right? It's down this way on the right.
One of the things, though, I've needed to go to the bathroom for a while. I'm holding it in so I can take a whiz quiz.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, well, let me go talk to them. All right. Sit right here.
Yes, sir.
tell them you're waiting in here, but they'll come up as soon as they can, okay?
It's called helping others on my way to the hospital.
Oh, okay.
There's a alcoholic with a dog. I was showing him where the cat station was because he's wanting to go to Cascade Locks tomorrow.
That's the guy who was down by the McDonald's? I think I saw him earlier.
Yep.
Alright. Well, hey, take it easy. Thanks for your help, man. Like I said, they'll get here as soon as they can. Okay.
Yes, sir.
It's all normal. I left the bundle with gloves on the counter, and I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Lou?
I'm Chelsea. I'm a nurse here. What brings you in today?
I pissed off the wrong person and he put something in my soda pop and I'm not feeling too good.
Do you have any idea what it was?
I'm pretty sure it was meth, but I'm wanting to make sure that there was no fentanyl in it.
Okay.
And I want to make sure and verify that it was meth. I want
Okay.
to know exactly what's in me.
Sure. Yeah. We could do that with a urine sample.
Thank you, ma'am.
Tell me how you're feeling.
Well, not the way normal people would on meth. I tried it about 20 years ago. I didn't like it. It was never for me. It was just, you remember some things that are nasty.
Yeah.
Anyway, it calms me down. It makes me tired. It gives me a little bit of tachyarrhythmia. Although I've had that my whole life. Also, it makes my Tourette syndrome more prominent.
Okay.
So, I always tell people if I wink at you, I got Tourette syndrome, I'm not hitting on you. Right now, it's especially so. My Tourette's is messing with me pretty bad.
I see. Okay.
That's part of the reason that I look at the floor or walls and only let people see a half profile of me, because then it doesn't look weird when I'm only blinking one eye.
Are you in pain right now?
I am, but I'm not in as much pain as I usually am. I feel the dull general pain overall, but I mean usually I got lightning spikes going from my toes to my head and back, so I mean
Okay.
I don't have that going on as much as usual, so whatever was in it was slightly helpful on that.
Okay.
I have L3 and L5 vertebrae issues, and then I also have some issues with my neck and with my knees and with my hips, so I'm in a lot of pain constantly anyway.
Okay.
So I'm not out of pain, I'm just not in as much as I usually am.
Okay.
My skin feels tingly and kind of oily.
Okay.
I don't seem to be, well, I'm not sweating as much as I should have been on the way up here.
Okay. All right.
I'm also having problems with shortness of breath
Okay.
and a little bit of pressure on my chest. Although it's not like I'm having a heart attack or anything like that. It's just pressure from, I suppose, anxiety and whatever was in there.
Okay.
Also, with Tourette syndrome, it's like a feeling in your muscles that you just have to move. And normally that's centralized in either my eyes or my wrists. And right now I basically feel it all over my body.
Okay.
And I've been oxygen deprived before. My oxygen is usually fine. It's usually like 96 or higher. But earlier today I was experiencing what, very much felt like oxygen deprivation quite a bit.
Okay.
I did check my fingernails to see if they change colors any or anything like that, so they appeared to be fine. It's just I've been in hospitals all over the United States, and they almost all make me beg them to take a whiz quiz, and then they refuse to, which I always thought was strange.
So do you take any medicine on a regular basis?
I do not. I smoke marijuana.
Okay.
And
Anything else? Any other drugs?
tobacco.
Okay. Do you drink alcohol?
Nope.
Okay.
in over 20 years.
Great.
Yes, ma'am. I'm a lot nicer person without it.
So, do you do any other recreational drugs normally?
No, ma'am.
But just,
Absolutely nothing. I steer clear of all of that. My parents were drug addicts, and I
Okay.
grew up in this system as a result of it. I'll not have any part of that. Besides that, most of the street drugs are knockoff versions, the drugs that they give you when you grow up in the system anyway, so
okay.
I've had the good stuff. With my back pain, they keep trying to offer me opiates for that, and I tell them, no, I'm not here for drugs. I'm here for a diagnosis. I'm not taking opiates. I lost too many friends to that.
Okay.
Never tried heroin, never tried cocaine, never tried crack. I tried meth about 20 years ago. Wasn't for me.
Yeah.
We went over my history with alcohol. I quit that when I turned 21 because it wasn't fun anymore.
Okay. So, what time did this happen at?
It was about, well, let me check my YouTube channel. That'll show it. I want to say about 6 hours ago. Preparing for an ER visit, Daniel's leg bleed, taking my cup to a cop. It was, looks like about 6 hours ago.
Okay. And, do you know for sure that they put something in your drink?
Well, I tasted it, and I've been messed up ever since.
Okay.
I tasted it. It tasted very chemically. It was just nasty. And there's another guy named Daniel. I had him taste it to see if he thought it was messed up, and he didn't think it tasted right either. He said it was pretty gross.
What kind of soda was it?
It was a Dr. Pepper.
Okay.
I don't think he ingested as much as I did, because I was just asking him to taste it. That's all he did. For me, it was really hot, and I was just glad to have something to drink, so I chugged it.
Okay.
I did try another soda pop after that to make sure that it wasn't maybe my taste buds. The other soda was fine.
Okay. Alright, well, I'll take you back to your room, and we'll try to get that urine sample first thing, if you don't mind. Alright, you can grab your belongings and follow me. Alright, you can have a seat here on the bed.
Alright.
And I will, I'm gonna step out and give you privacy if you wouldn't mind removing your shirt and tying this down around your neck. You can keep the rest of your clothes on.
Alright.
And then
I just gotta take it off.
just your t-shirt.
Alright.
And then if you could just give me a small sample of urine in this urinal, I'll give you privacy to do that, okay?
Wow, that is a big whiz.
It's a big, yeah, we don't need much, so just whatever you can give.
I'm used to the cups. I've never had somebody have me pee in one of those before.
You can do it either way.
Sorry they didn't give me a little cup.
No, it's okay. It works.
COVID-19. Some people get it, and some people
For a very long time, it was believed that the oldest evidence of humans in North America came from the Clovis culture, who resided on the continent approximately 13,000 years ago. And for quite a while, the idea of humans occupying North America before 13,000 years ago was looked at as being preposterous. But last October, October 2021, news came out about a new discovery made in the Tularosa Basin at White Sands in New Mexico in North America. Human footprints have been discovered that date back to at least 23,000 years ago. This discovery already pushed back the timeline of human occupation in North America at least 10,000 years, as the dating method used showed that it could not have been younger than 23,000 years ago. My name is Katie, and in this video I am going to look into the latest discovery of the earliest human presence in North America. And this news will probably blow your mind and show that the historic timeline for human occupation in North America still needs to be pushed back thousands of years. More than 10,000 years. That's insane. So let's get into it, shall we? To be honest with you, one of the most heated debates in paleontology in modern times is the question of when humans started inhabiting the Americas and how they made their way to the American continents. It's said that crossing the Pacific Ocean has been one of humanity's greatest achievements, mostly because every proposed theory on how it was done has flaws. So trying to narrow down the timing of when this crossing occurred might help rule out some of these theories and maybe eventually lead to understanding how they did it. But as you can imagine, for researchers to find out that time frame, they need to discover the oldest evidence of human presence in the Americas. And like I mentioned at the start of this video, this means that that piece of evidence has to be older than 23,000 years ago, as this has been the current oldest tangible evidence for human occupation in North America. And yes, there are some possibilities of evidence for maybe up to 30,000 years ago when it comes to human occupation. Even at White Sands in New Mexico, this was a possibility of there being older footprints, but more research is needed to confirm or contest these older dates. But a new paper in Frontiers in Ecology and Evolution from scientists at the University of Texas in Austin, Texas, described the discovery of mammoth bones found in New Mexico's Rio years. So here on the screen, you can see a close-up of the bone pile during the excavations. And what you can see is a random mix of ribs, a molar, broken cranial bones, bone fragments, and stone cobbles. This pile was discovered underneath the skull of an adult mammoth, including its tusks. And this is, a pile that was discovered on this site. I don't know how large this site is and how many of these kind of piles they have found.
You can't make summer stand still, so make the most of every last second with a new Toyota at Toyota's National Sales Event.
During Toyota's next
But, they have discovered the evidence for humans that were shaping pieces of these bones with blades to cut and break down carcasses. And they discovered the evidence of humans rendering the fat of these mammoths over a fire. According to Timothy Rowe, a paleontologist and professor at the Jackson School of Geosciences at the University of Texas in Austin, this is not a charismatic site with one beautiful skeleton. It's a bust-up site, and that's what the story is. And if I'm going to be completely honest with you, watching this video, I think it's exactly what we could have expected from a site where butchery and the creation of bone tools has taken place. It would be really strange if this site was completely neatly organized while butchery and creation of tools made from bones have taken place there. That doesn't make any sense. So Timothy Rowe normally doesn't research mammoth bones, nor does he research humans. But he got involved because these bones were literally found in his backyard. A neighbor had actually spotted a tusk on his property in 2013. And when Rowe started to investigate, he discovered a bashed-in mammoth skull. And, some other bones that looked like they were deliberately broken. I don't see how an animal could deliberately break a bone. And even though no stone tools were discovered at the site, thankfully CT scans were able to reveal the butchering pattern on these bones. These CT scans were actually taken by the University of Some of these CT scans fracture networks, similar to those in freshly napped cow bones, and the scans revealed well-placed puncture wounds that would have helped reach from the ribs and the vertebral bones. The researchers actually also conducted chemical analysis of the sediment that surrounded the bones, and this
Hey,
Bonjour.
Dr. Nicholson, what's going on tonight?
Well, there's some folks I pissed off. They gave me a soda pop earlier that tasted quite chemically, and I've been feeling pretty shitty ever since.
Okay, and shitty, how so?
Well, I feel tired. I've had a little bit of improper rhythm with my heart, but I haven't, it's not tachycardia, it's just, improper rhythm. It's not going too fast or anything.
Okay.
My legs are restless, my arms are restless, my Tourette syndrome is acting up quite a bit.
Okay.
There is a little bit of pain relief, but I got a flavor in my mouth that's pretty nasty.
So, you think that they put methamphetamine in your soda?
I'm not sure. That's the reason I came in.
Okay. All right. Well, you do have methamphetamine in your urine. Your urine screen is positive for that, so that somehow got in your system. And medicines that you take include. Are you on any medicines right now?
No, sir.
You're not taking any medicines.
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Well, and then you're not using methamphetamines at other times.
No, sir. I don't use meth.
Okay. Just have you come sit up here for
I
me if
need
you would.
to let Danny know too.
Come sit up.
Yes, sir.
Who's Danny?
Oh, and I had the soda. I told him it didn't taste right, and I had him try it too.
All right. And big breath. Give me a couple big coughs. Okay, and big breath. All right, and go ahead and relax on back. Are you a smoker?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, just take a listen to your heart here. All right, and you just relax. All right, well, your heart's nice and regular. Pulse is nice and regular. All right. Well, I don't think you're going to have any untoward harm from this event. I think you're okay to go home. Obviously, I would avoid hanging out with these folks again, it sounds like.
Most certainly. I plan on pressing charges.
Okay, well, you can do that. You can obtain your medical records through the medical record department, and they can give you copies of your blood work and your lab work.
Well, I didn't get any blood work or lab
The-
work. I
the-
just
the
took
urine.
UA.
The urine, yeah.
Well, you got the release paperwork for me, right?
No. What do you mean release paperwork?
Well, don't I get paperwork when I'm released?
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Yeah. That'll
I
be a
don't
second.
think
I have to go do that right now.
Alright, because I don't think I should need anything beyond that. Should I?
Well, if you're going to sue them, they're going to probably want the actual test results.
Alright,
Okay.
sounds good to me. Thank
All right.
you.
You're welcome.
I don't plan on suing them. I plan on pressing charges.
How's it going?
Pretty alright. There's my paperwork and then
Oh, sure. Were you in
heading
here?
out and about. Yep.
Nate? Oh, yeah. Here you go.
Thanks, sir.
Here's all your stuff. So here's a business saying schedule an appointment with One Community Health as soon as possible. If you can, here's a phone number. Just basically just follow up for the visit.
Alright.
And then let's see, then it has your medications on here.
So I had all of those in me?
No, these are. It looks like. Let's see. No,
We gotta add something on to 9s.
let's see. No, I don't think you had any of those in you. Is this what you take at home?
No, I don't take any medication.
They sometimes sink over
Oh, okay.
from like past medications that you might have taken in your past.
Yeah.
So
You ever taken Imitrex for like migraine headaches, anything like that?
Oh, yeah, I was here. They
Yeah.
gave me something
Oh,
for
okay. So
it's
headaches
probably
and
in the
something for
past.
nausea.
I bet that's what it is. It's just coming in from the past. But
Alright.
no, it doesn't look like you got anything here. And then with everything we put on here is just some important information. Anytime you have difficulty breathing, shortness of breath, chest pain, any of these things, it's definitely worth a emergency department visit or to call 911 if it's extremely emergent. You can't.
You know, I
get here, so.
didn't even do the calling 911. I went directly to the police and told them that I had been drugged and
Yeah.
I got blown off. I mean,
Oh, jeez.
this is not how they should be treating people who are drugged like this.
Yeah.
This is cruel.
Yeah, God, I'm sorry to hear that.
No, you didn't do it. At least I got the information that shows I was telling the truth about being
Yeah.
drugged.
Oh, yeah, we have that all in there, yeah. On the
They were-
chart, so.
People wanting to treat me like I was making it up, like
Yeah. That's not cool.
I know my stuff.
Right. And what we do have over here too, is who the doctor that saw you, and then also in here we have your full set of vital signs.
All right.
So there you go. Yeah.
Now, the doctor said that I tested positive for meth, but it doesn't say that here. It just says drug abuse screening.
That's just the lab test that we did. Yeah. So, but yeah, it did show positive. It did show it positive from that screen.
But it doesn't say that on here.
I don't think at anytime we have it, it doesn't say that on here. If people test positive for that, it just shows what we did.
Well, it's important for me to be able to show that, because I do need to turn this in as a crime.
Okay.
Somebody intentionally giving me methamphetamines without my knowledge or permission is definitely a crime.
Okay.
And since it is in my system, I need to be able to take it with me to go and turn that in. If it doesn't have that on here, I'm confused by that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just that. Like I said, we never put on here. But what you can do is it is in your chart in your electronic medical record. So scheduling an appointment with One Community.
Oh, it does say it right there.
Oh yeah, there you go.
It says your
Perfect.
urine test
There you
today
go.
is positive for methamphetamine.
So you have it, and then also it'll show up in here too in your medical record. So yeah. So but if you want, I can
This
show.
just ain't cool. This
Yeah.
is not what I. Thank you, Doc.
You're welcome, sir.
This is not what I was wanting to go through today. That's for certain.
Yeah, but at least yeah, it shows it on there, and like I said, in the in your chart, like in the computer, any doctor you go to, it'll be able to show up in there too. So
Yes, sir.
all right,
Thank you.
have a good night.
Yes, sir. I told people somebody dosed me with drugs and they didn't believe me. I got the paperwork right here. Thank you, sir. Well, like I said, not much they can do at the hospital. They gave me a UA, and thank goodness. And of course, as they're supposed to do, if you take a whiz quiz and you test positive for drugs, they're supposed to tell you what drugs. And tell the difference between that paperwork and where the cops get told people at the hospital use on drugs. Why is that? Well, because when they tell people at the hospital that you're on drugs, there's no whiz quiz. They just write it down as if it must be God's gift for truth or some crap like that, just because the cops say it. Just like it must be God's gift for truth when the police officer says you're delusional or you're schizophrenic. The fact is that officer is not fit to make those decisions. He is not qualified. Now that whiz quiz that I just took, that whiz quiz is qualified to tell me what I am on. And I let you know, I said, hey, I smoke pot. You'll probably find pot in my system. I don't hide that. Well, for some odd reason, their techs did not find pot, or they just don't give two shits about pot. For my full chemical analysis, I gotta come back according to my paperwork. It says let me see. It says schedule an appointment with One Community Health as soon as possible for a visit in 2 days around 8/16/22. Why? For general medical care and follow-up, return to ER sooner if symptoms worsen, specialty primary care, and then it's got their address and stuff on it. Says you currently have no appointment scheduled. Providers seen during ED visit. Bradley L. Nicholson, attending provider. It says today's visit you were seen by Bradley L. Nicholson, MD. Reason for visit, ingestion, adult, accidental. It wasn't accidental. The guys who put that shit in my drink knew exactly what the fuck they were doing. And they put a pretty decent fucking quantity in there because holy shit, like that's a lot of meth. That's a lot of goddamn meth. Of course, I got it recorded. The cops not taking it seriously as always. But it says diagnosis, agitation, lab test completed. The lab test they did was drugs of abuse screen in urine. And it says instructions. Let's turn this back around so you can actually read this for yourself. This is my hospital paperwork, so I can show it if I want to. Find a decent light here. It says right there, it says your urine test today is positive for methamphetamine. Here, let me turn it sideways. It says your urine test today is positive for methamphetamine. My blood pressure is 118/83. My temperature was 98.2. My pulse was 78. Respiration is 18. And my oxygen saturation is at 99%. Anyway, so this is what I got. They also put a list of medications they gave me last time I was at the hospital. Let's see, 4 milligrams Zofran needed for nausea, and sumatriptan 25 milligram tablet commonly known as Imitrex, and it says take 1 tablet by mouth as needed for migraine. So it says this list has 2 medications that are the same as other medications prescribed for you. Read the directions carefully and ask your doctor or other care provider to review them with you. The sumatriptan or Imitrex, I guess I could go get that for migraines at any point in time. And the same thing with the Ondansetron or Zofran ODT. Obviously, I don't like drugs, I don't take drugs, I don't use drugs. So, no, I'm not going to be taking the medications for migraines because I don't have them often enough. And as far as nausea goes, by the time the pills kick in the morning, which is usually when I'm the most nauseous, I have a bad nightmare and I wake up and I just can't hold my lunch. Comes right back out. Anyway, I hope those little shitbricks realize it's means war. You don't fucking drug me. No means no. My body, my choice. This is a serious enough situation that it does need to have police involved. Now again, being as though I'm a homeless person with the tag of mentally ill, the chances of me getting blown off are pretty fucking good. Now, of course, I do have a witness who also tasted Dr. Pepper, and that's Daniel. If he gets in trouble because he tests positive for methamphetamine, I'm not going to be fucking happy because here's the thing, I'm the one that asked him to try it. I didn't want him to take a drink, I wanted him to just taste it. Well, he didn't drink nearly as much as I did. Like I said, I take big gulps. As far as accidental ingestion, yeah, I accidentally ingested it. I didn't know it was in there. But the guys who gave it to me certainly did. So, well, I guess the guy's name is Adam, and I am gonna make sure that I verify it. And the ladies who informed me of where he's at, and knew where his camp was, which tends to, oh, fucking, god damn it, that hurts. Go back through and look at all of my hospital paperwork, through all of it. You notice there's no drugs in it. None. No methamphetamine, no heroin, no crack cocaine, nothing. They don't find so much as acetaminophen in my system. Now tonight, I went down there and I made sure it was done right. And this particular time, I didn't have to beg for them to take a whiz quiz. I begged for them to take my whiz quiz in Rawlins, Wyoming, and them cops were fucking shit, and so was the hospital. I begged for them to take my whiz quiz. That's a urinalysis for those of you who don't know local lingo or cryptic technologies. I added that cryptic technologies in there because there's a video game by Cryptic that's got, well, pretty realistic renditions of some of that stuff. Right now, still having shortness of breath, but I'm able to walk a lot better than I was. The problem is, as soon as this shit wears off, I'm gonna be in a lot more pain. I already know it. That's why I stay away from medications and painkillers. You can think of it like a dam. Let's say in between your vertebrae, where all of your nerves have got their signal firing from. Let's say those medications that you're given, what they're doing is, and this is of course oversimplifying, it's done on a much smaller level, but in between your two vertebrae and your spine, you got a connection going in between the two, and basically when you take a pill, what it does is it splits itself between those two, and it creates a dam. Any signal that your body is trying to send to your brain is basically cut off. Now, it's not like it's a situation where if it's a radio signal, it'll just keep on going. You know, it'll obviously not bounce around for forever in that little area and stick around. Water will. Oh no. Water isn't going to just reverberate its way through a dam. It's held by the dam. It's the same thing as painkillers. Painkillers are a dam. Now the problem is, once those painkillers wear off, let's say you've got a small dam, right? You can fill up a little tiny lake in 24 hours, right? And that'll fill it up to the top of the dam. Just, you know, a little lake, a little dam. Now, if you only do it 12 hours, you only fill it up halfway. But the problem with the painkiller thing is that, well, your body sends those signals and they just sit there and they wait and they wait and they wait. They wait for that dam to break down so that they can, of course, be free. So you've got this electrical signal and these chemical signals that are sent by your brain. And those chemical signals are the ones that are blocked off. The electrical signal still goes through, but the chemical signal doesn't. And those chemicals sit there, and they sit there. And it's a signal that your body is in pain. There's something wrong with your body. So the longer you ignore it, you know, the longer it piles up, similar to newspapers in your yard. If you don't go pick them up, if the neighborhood kid is still throwing them in your yard, you're going to have a yard full of newspapers pretty soon. Now, as far as the floodgates for those newspapers, no, there ain't no floodgates. Those will sit there till you go out there and pick them up. Whereas a pill is a time-sensitive situation. It's a time-sensitive block. It's a time-sensitive dam. It's only going to be there for a limited amount of time. And, well, it's not like having a dam that you can open and close the flood waters at will. No, when the dam disappears, it's gone. Them floodgates are open until everything that was blocked up is now empty and everything is back and flowing the way that it should. Now, of course, a lot of people, this is where they get into addiction. This is where they start getting addicted to opiates especially. You got this pain, right? So you take this painkiller, because this pain really hurts. You take the painkiller and it blocks a lot. This is a big fucking dam. This will block a lot of that signal. And it'll do it for a long time. So your body's got a major issue if you're taking those kind of medications. A major issue. And when those floodgates come down, that's a lot of signal all at once. I mean, you're talking about pain that's bad enough that you're taking opiates, but once those opiates wear off, you're talking about pain that could be up to 10 times worse. 10 times worse than if you hadn't taken the fucking pill to begin with. I've got recordings with doctors in Rawlins, Wyoming, and I spoke with them about it. they seemed a little surprised that I had that kind of knowledge and understood how it worked, because most people don't pay that much attention. The one doctor was perplexed by the fact that I knew so much about the medical field and all this stuff, but I didn't know any of the technical names. I just knew how it worked. Well, here's how it works. Daniel was there, and those two came up. It was Nick, who was the guy who wanted me to give him a violin, not to be confused with Logan and Shayna. Well, Nick is a meth addict and also a pretty accomplished thief. He did not do me wrong. As far as today goes, I don't know which one of them put the drugs into that drink, but they certainly did put drugs into that drink. And I don't want to blame Nick outright, especially since he's not the one that offered to get me the drink. That was Adam. And he wasn't the one who brought me the drink or handed me the drink. That was Adam. So, ultimately, Adam is responsible. Now, we know who that guy is already. He's the one that punched Michael in the face with brass knuckles. Adam is, his sister is the one who's dating Michael. The one who accused Michael of raping her, and then her brother punched Michael in the eye with brass knuckles. And I've seen the brass knuckles. They're black. They're painted black. They got a little bit of paint rubbed off a couple of the knuckles. This is some fucked up shit, ain't it? And because of safety issues with the cops, I do have to be afraid to go to them. Alright, if I see one tonight, I'm going to let them know what's up, and I'm going to let them know about the situation with the sheriff's department. Here's the thing, out there at the Shell station, I'm not sure if that's police department too, because I do see police department out there quite often and quite frequently. But I think that's sheriff's department jurisdiction. Now, I was given Dr. Pepper. It was in a blue Pepsi cup over on the corner of the street over there by the Shell station. So I was literally, what, 4 lanes of traffic from the marina, and that's where the sheriff's deputy was, so I went and spoke with him. I did not get his name. I did try to listen to the recording with him, so I could check to see if I got his name. I was pretty sure I just explained to him the situation about how I was pretty sure I was just dosed with methamphetamine, and I needed him to check my soda pop, or he wasn't going to do that. I did make sure to have my clandestine recording device handy. And of course, there's no personal information in it or anything like that. So if my paperwork ain't good enough, well then I've got the recording itself. And like with most of my recordings, I do wholeheartedly intend on keeping it private. I did not want to have to record within a hospital. But also, there was no situation in there where personal information would have been given. There was one point where one of the ladies who was in there, the security guard had asked her for her number, so I made sure since my clandestine oh, and it's still no.